Does Khamrah smell like Angels Share? Is it really a dupe? How is Angels Share as a perfume? How does Khamrah compare to Khamrah Qahwa? Is Khamrah Qahwa a better dupe of Angels Share? I get these questions so much from so many people, and today I am finally going to answer this in detail. Hello everyone, my name is Neha and I'm a fragrance collector and reviewer. I also have an Instagram channel called Siad Savvy, which I'm linking down below. You can check out my short format content and some exciting stuff relating to fragrances on my Instagram channel. Firstly, let me show you the bottles of all three. This one is Kilian Angels Share, a super popular viral niche fragrance. The juice is this beautiful, boozy, dark, golden color. It's got this, cut crystal kind of glass and a plastic cap. Second one, LATTAFA KHAMRah, a super popular viral fragrance. This one again has this cut glass and plastic cap, but it is a square bottle and it comes in 100 ml. Next up, a flanker of Khamrah called Khamrah Qahwa. Now, Khamrah Qahwa is a deeper, darker juice. The bottle is the same as Khamrah, it's this square cut glass bottle. I have smelled, applied, tested all of these fragrances one by one, multiple times. So I'm going to start with a detailed breakdown of each fragrance as a standalone perfume, and then I'm going to be comparing Angels Share with Khamrah, Khamrah with Khamrah Qahwa, and Khamrah Qahwa with Angels Share. We'll see when we get there. Starting with Angels Share. This perfume is actually a dedication to the lineage of the cognac making family, and it has been curated by none other than Kilian Hennessy, who is an heir of the family. Let me tell you what this smells like. Let's start off with the notes, and I'm going to read these because I don't remember them by heart. Top notes, cognac. Middle notes, cinnamon, tonka bean, oak and hedione, which is a white flower. Base notes, vanilla, praline, sandalwood and candied almond. What I'm going to say next is not scripted. I will tell you my opinion on what this perfume smells like. Angels Share starts off as a very spicy, sweet kind of a perfume. I get the cinnamon in the base note. In the start itself, there is a prominent hit of sweet, spicy notes. And one of the most prominent notes in Angels Share is cognac. Now, this is popular to be a very boozy fragrance, but when we say boozy, it can be very subjective. Like, a lot of different things come to our mind. You can think of boozy as something which is like a white spirit, sharp, alcohol-y sort of a fragrance. In fact, that is what comes to mind first. But when I say boozy, I mean a sweet kind of boozy. Those dark boozes that are sweeter in their texture. If you've smelled cognac, you know what I mean. Otherwise, something like a dark rum or, JD, which is like a dark and sweeter, denser kind of booze. That is what I mean when I say boozy and when I smell Angels Share. The boozy note, which is the top note for me, stays through the life of the perfume till the dry down. And it really evolves as it dries down. Once those spicy notes take a back seat, the tonka, the vanilla, the sweeter aspects of the perfume start coming forth, but I still get that boozy note somewhere lurking in the background, and it remains there through the life of the perfume. Angels Share is a perfectly unisex fragrance, and that hit of spice that you get is also very sweet kind of spice. Because again, spicy is very subjective. When we say spicy, it can mean a lot of things. It can mean a sharp kind of spicy. As Indians, we interpret spicy in a very different way. But what I mean when I say spicy here is the cinnamon, star anise, sweeter textured spices. Talking about the longevity now, Angels Share is a very potent fragrance. It may not be like beast mode, it's not that you would smell it when you're like miles away. But it is a very long lasting and a beautifully projecting fragrance, and it also has beautiful sillage, so you will leave a lovely scent trail behind you. And in the scent trail, I get a lot of that booze and those sweet notes, you know, the tonka and the vanilla notes. I get those very prominently, which makes this a gourmand scent. Not too sweet, but a spicy sweet kind of gourmand. Very unique. If you like to wear something which makes you stand out, you can definitely go for Angels Share. It is completely worth every penny spent, in my opinion. Coming to Khamrah. Now, Khamrah is so viral that when it was launched, it just went out of stock everywhere. It was very difficult to find. Now it is easier to find because it's been a couple of years since it's been released. Reading out the notes of Khamrah. Now this one has cinnamon, nutmeg and bergamot in the top notes, dates, praline, tuberose in the middle note, and vanilla, tonka, amber, myrrh, benzoin as the prominent base notes. Khamrah, it starts off as citrusy and spicy. It has a bergamot note, which is quite prominent in the start, and I can also get the spice from the cinnamon. So it's a very sharp opening that Khamrah has, and as it starts to dry down, you start getting the sweeter notes. And my favorite part about Khamrah is the date note, which I get very prominently in the dry down. It's a very different note for me. It's like this organic kind of sweetness, not sticky sweetness, but you know, like when you eat organic stuff or you eat something which is sugar-free, you add dates in it. In the same way, Khamrah smells like a very organically sweet gourmand to me, and not like something which is treated with sugar and a lot of sticky sweetness to make it sweet or to make it gourmandish, if that makes sense. Now, I love this fragrance. It just evolves so beautifully. Again, it's a very complex scent for the price that you pay. You know, the evolution of the scent from the time you spray it till the time it just dries down. It's just beautiful. So like I said, it starts off as spicy and the dry down is sweeter, it's gourmandish, but it still maintains a bit of that spiciness. So it becomes very well balanced. Again, an extremely unisex fragrance. Men and women can pull it off equally beautifully. Now, in terms of longevity, Khamrah is very long lasting on me again. Say 6 to 8 hours on my skin and 12 hours on the clothes. I don't really smell it on me the next day when I wear it. So while it is quite long lasting, it's not the kind which you would smell on yourself the next day on your skin. In terms of sillage, it leaves a beautiful scent trail and it will fetch compliments again. It is, when I say fetch compliments, it's not necessary that somebody comes, taps your shoulder and tells you, hey, you smell so good, oh my God, give me your number. No. Some people will compliment you in their head, but may not say it, you know, because fragrance is something very personal. So it is definitely something which will fetch that positivity. Let's talk about Khamrah Qahwa now. This is really a flanker of Khamrah, and left is Khamrah Qahwa and right is Khamrah. You can tell that the juice is darker. It's like this one is more golden, this one is more leaning brown. Qahwa basically means coffee. So Khamrah Qahwa has similar notes to Khamrah, but it has an added coffee note. Let's quickly read out the notes of Khamrah Qahwa. Cinnamon, cardamom, ginger, different from Khamrah. Praline, candied fruits, white flowers, similar to Khamrah. Vanilla, coffee, similar. No, coffee is not similar. Vanilla, tonka bean, benzoin musk, similar. But coffee, cardamom and ginger, these notes are different and they really are distinct in Khamrah Qahwa. It starts off really spicy. The ginger, cardamom, the cinnamon, you get that hit of spiciness, and it also has that coffee note in the background, but I don't get coffee that much. I think it's a much more drier kind of coffee than the sweeter coffee smell that you might interpret. This one is a very different coffee, and it overall makes this fragrance very dense and much more masculine than the Khamrah, because it lacks that date note which makes Khamrah that sweet gourmand, and this one isn't that sweet gourmand for me. This one is spicier. Like I said, it's more masculine, though it is a unisex fragrance. But if you compare it to Khamrah, I think this leans more masculine. I personally prefer Khamrah over Khamrah Qahwa because Khamrah, like I said, it has a beautiful date note, which is my favorite in that perfume, which makes it very different from its flanker. So Qahwa is more sharp, it's more masculine. The cinnamon and ginger note and that dry coffee note make it that way. I feel this may not be blind buy worthy. Khamrah, in my opinion, is blind buy worthy. So if you want to buy Qahwa, I would suggest you test it first. You may like it more than Khamrah if you're not too much into like a sweeter gourmandish fragrance, but I would still advise that if you're buying Khamrah Qahwa, you test it first. Again, fragrance is very subjective and everyone has different choices, but I personally find Khamrah a much better, a much more balanced fragrance, a much more unisex fragrance as compared to Khamrah Qahwa. Let me compare Angels Share with LATTAFA KHAMRAH. This is one of the most asked questions. This is one of the most requested things. Is Khamrah a dupe of Angels Share? First and foremost thing, and the most important thing, is the boozy note of Angels Share. That is the whole concept behind the perfume. This is a dedication to the lineage of Kilian Hennessy, the Hennessy family, the cognac making Hennessy family. So cognac is the most prominent note of Angels Share. This is also sweet, spicy kind of fragrance, but I feel it leans sweeter. Khamrah does not have the cognac note. Cognac is not a part of any of the notes of Khamrah. Rather, it has a date note. I feel that is what they've added to kind of replicate that sweetness from the cognac, but nope, it doesn't smell like Angels Share. It may smell like it's from the same family of fragrances or the same scent profile. Both are spicy, both have a sweet dry down, but the sweetness that this one has is very different from the sweetness of Khamrah. As standalone fragrances, both are brilliant. I would love to wear both of them. I prefer wearing Angels Share because it is more refined. Khamrah for me is a harsher version of Angels Share, and you will know that when you do a side-to-side comparison of both the fragrances. But even like the sillage or the whiffs that you get from both the perfumes, to me are very different. That booziness that you get from Angels Share is missing in Khamrah. The date note, the sweetness that you get in Khamrah is missing in Angels Share. So while they, like I said, they're from the similar scent family, they smell really distinct and different from each other. Khamrah Qahwa is a completely different game altogether. A lot of people say Qahwa smells more like Angels Share, but no, I think it smells nothing like Angels Share. Between Khamrah Qahwa and Khamrah, if you ask me, Khamrah is closer to Angels Share than Qahwa. And if you ask me which one's my favorite, Angels Share, of course, but given the price of Khamrah, brilliant fragrance, great launch by LATTAFA, they nailed it. And my least favorite is Khamrah Qahwa. Again, like I said, fragrances are subjective, so you might have a different opinion. Comment and let me know what your thoughts are about these three fragrances. I hope this video helped, and I hope I was able to answer some of your questions. Like I said, Please comment down below if you have any further questions, and I'll be happy to address them and happy to discuss this in further detail. Happy to hear your thoughts as well, your opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you not? And also a quick request before I wrap up. Please do subscribe to my channel if you like my content and if you'd like to see similar content going forward. And please also follow me on Instagram, because I make shorter format and more interesting and entertaining kind of content on Instagram. My ID is Siad Savvy, and do hit the bell icon so that you get notifications going forward. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.